Hello, good evening, this is Diecast Loon. I hope you're all doing well. And this evening I thought I'd have a go at doing the challenge that was put out, or at least I seen the video today anyway, by Paul Swark, the Diecast guy. He put out the Jeep challenge, show your Jeeps. And basically there's no real rules to it, it's just show your Jeeps, whether you've got 1, 2, 5 or 10 or whatever. I don't think there's any particular limit on it or how many you have to show or don't show. So anyway, this is a cool one. I have lots of Jeeps. I didn't realise I had so many. We'll get straight into it. I've got one of my favourite ones is in here, which I'm going to show at the end. This is like a surprise, so if you make it to the end, you won't be disappointed. Just bear with me 2 seconds. Sorry about that. As usual, I was being shouted. So yeah, this is going to be the one of my favourite ones. Anyway, I've got about 9 pieces. Like I said, I've got loads. So I'll get straight in there with one from Auto World. Let's get a bit of extra zoom on. So this is obviously a Jeep Rubicon in black, and it's the only one I've got from Auto World, funnily enough. I would like to get some of the ones that have some of the items on the roof, but this is the one I've got from them nonetheless, and it is a very nicely done piece. Obviously it is all black. I suppose you could say it's like a triple black, because black interior, black car, and obviously black, so they usually call that triple black, I think. Well, it's like a slightly darker shade of matte black on the roof, and it does have some underbonnet detail. I think they call that the Pentastar V6. You can get some light on it. There we go. So that's going to be the first piece. I'm going to whiz through them a little bit quicker. Let's try and find a place to put it. Second piece is from Matchbox, and it is of a similar type. I think this is a Rubicon. I'm not some little look. No, well, it's very similar. But there it is. With these obviously large off-road wheels, and I'm not overly keen on these wheels, if I'm completely honest, but I do quite like the way the Jeep is. It is a cool piece. And this was from a 5-pack, if I remember rightly. There you go, Jeep on the back. So it's very, very cool. The next piece, another one from Matchbox, and it is the Jeep Gladiator, I suppose you could call it, pickup. But again, quite like this, even quite like the orange wheels on it. I think it says Matchbox around the sides. Again, I think actual fact, I think it's from the same 5-pack as the last Jeep we looked at. Has like a moon roof, and even though it's very basic, it is still nicely done. And these display well in the racks. You don't really need painted details for your cars, because I do have some racks where they're just displayed like that. And that spare wheel is quite a nice touch. Pity they didn't go the whole hog and do the orange insert, would look better. Anyway, that's piece number 3, Jeep Gladiator. Now this is a particular favourite piece of mine, and it is from Corgi, and it is quite an unusual piece. And when I actually got this, the guy that I bought it from, because it came from my favourite little vintage diecast shop that I go to, anybody that knows this channel knows exactly what I'm on about. He couldn't price it because he couldn't find it. He could find stuff like it. As you can see, as it's starting to fall off, it does pop off the roof, but it is very cool, and like I said, a bit more unusual. Excuse me, at least I think so anyway. And obviously it is a Jeep, doesn't say a great deal underneath, it just says made in Britain, Corgi, but it is very cool. And this, from what I can remember, is from the 80s. So we can pop this roof back on. I think it's mid to late 80s, but it is in quite, well, it's in very nice condition. So that is that. So that's going to be piece number 4. It just sort of sits there, not the best fit, but it does look cool. So that's piece number 4. Just move out of the way. Piece number 5 is going to be another particular favourite of mine. So I had the exact same piece as this as a kid. Obviously not this piece. This is another piece that I've managed to be lucky enough to come across. It just says Golden Eagle on the bonnet. But I had this exact piece as a kid. So obviously straight away it has that attachment. so it's very nice to find one in this condition. A lot of the time these bits are broke off, as you can see there's a little bit of wobble, but they do break, snap, crack, bend. And I've got quite a few vintage Jeeps in my collection. I haven't shown too many of them. There's a few, as you can tell, there's a few vintage pieces being shown today, but not really that many. If I'm completely honest, would have meant unpacking loads. A lot of these weren't hard to get to, but this is a particular favourite piece and obviously needed a mention. It just says, always getting reflection, Kent. There you go, it just says 4x4 Jeep. But anyway, it's pretty cool. Let's get the zoom out and move that out of the way. One from Greenlight. Let's take a little look underneath. I know it's a Jeep, I think it's a CJ, yeah, there you go, 83 Jeep CJ7. This is from, excuse me, the Terminator film. This is seen in the end scene, I believe, of film 1, where I believe Sarah Connor was filling up with gas. If you're from America or if you're from the UK, we call it petrol. And this is the Jeep that you see at the very end. It's very nicely done from Greenlight. Lens front lights, painted rear, but it is very cool, nicely detailed. So that's a good piece. What are we up to now? We're getting near the end of a couple of 3 to go. Back to Matchbox next. And I suppose I can do these together as they are pretty much the same Jeeps, just slightly different. So these are from a Jurassic Park set, and I just thought they were really cool, especially this one. It has a reasonably good interior for a basic model, even though it's got a plastic lump for a steering wheel. It's still quite nicely done. Excuse me. I've got these what look like cool tool cases, got a winch on the front, and then we've got this other one which again is pretty much the same Jeep, but it obviously has the roll cage, and obviously it's pretty much the same from front on, obviously without the toolboxes, but pretty cool. And again, I could have been here all day. I didn't realise how many I had in my collection, but there you go. Jeep Wrangler, so pretty cool. So that's those, and the last piece. So let's put the camera up slightly, and I got this last year. I have shown it before. It is from Majorette, and it is in really nice condition. So you get these cool, they are stickers which you would put on it, but I never bothered, so that's pretty cool. Stick them away. It is the original box. Let's try and get out of the bag, and there it is. So I believe this is a Jeep, I think this is a Jeep Cherokee, but it is very cool in this awesome it is a Spectra Flame red. And now I don't know how old this is, if I'm completely honest. It's got a vintage look to it. I don't think it's overly old, if I'm completely honest, because a lot of the older Majorette had made in France. This doesn't have that, and it's got number, and it just says 2013 2015, but whether that's the date or whether that's the place of the number, sorry. But this casting is quite old. These castings were out when I was a kid, and these they do normal wheeled versions of these, and this back does pop down, and there was as you can see, it's got like a dog's bed in the back, and there used to be a dog, if I remember rightly, in the back as well, but this one doesn't have the dog. Possibly a dog might have slid into that little groove, I can't remember now. But my partner got me this a while ago, excuse me, and I just thought it was really cool. If you like that type of thing, got these great big super 4x4 tyres. They are quite, and they're proper rubber. I mean, you can feel the rubberness. Oh, that sounds really silly, but they are. You can actually squidge them in. They're really quite soft, and obviously it's really weighty, being it's a metal base and metal top. And you can see it. I won't do it. So awesome as a toy, awesome as a collector's piece. But anyway, that is my cars for Paul's challenge. Check him out, awesome guy. If you're a lover of mini GT, he's got an awesome collection, does some great challenges. And as I said before, have a go, don't have a go. Let's see if we can get these other Jeeps into shot if we can, very briefly. I'll have to change the camera setting. There we go, let's bring it down a little bit. We'll get a couple of vintage pieces in there, we'll just throw them in. But anyway, with that, I'll see you all very soon. Thank you for watching, take care.